Which of the following is the most important goal of conducting due diligence during a merger and acquisition? A. Investigate for lawsuits, claims, and liability. B. Determine the number and types of positions to be eliminated in each organization. C. Project annual earnings and operating expenses. D. Determine which of the two companies will assume leadership and strategy. The answer is A. The most important goal of conducting due diligence during a merger and acquisition, M&A, is to discover lawsuits, claims, and liability. In the M&A process, due diligence allows the buyer to confirm pertinent information about the seller, such as contracts, finances, and customers. What developmental activities can best help individuals understand their leadership behaviors? A. In-basket exercise. B. Career development inventory. C. Work style assessment. D. Team building activity. The answer is C. A work style assessment is an overarching assessment of an employee's work personality, ability to work with others, attitude, and work ethic, among other traits. During an in-basket exercise, job applicants receive a number of mails, telephone calls, documents, and memos. They then have a limited period of time to set priorities and organize their working schedule. In which phase of the organization life cycle would a human resources professional be more likely to hire less experienced personnel? A. Growth. B. Decline. C. Maturity. D. Startup. The answer is C. At the maturity phase, the organization has enough resources to provide planning and standardize policies and procedures. In this stage, it's possible to become bureaucratic and unwieldy, making it difficult for the company to change direction as rapidly as may be necessary to remain competitive. The relative stability of this phase means that it's possible to hire less experienced personnel and provide them with training and development so that they are able to take on additional responsibilities. What is the key strategic decision HR must help global organizations make? A. Determine which of the Perlmutter's EPRG model to be implemented for organizational expansion. B. Considerations on push factors and pull factors to enter into new markets. C. Balance between global integration and local responsiveness. D. Determine how challenges of entering international businesses can be solved by company structures. The answer is C. The key strategic decision HR must help global organizations make is to find a balance between global integration, which leads to standardization and consistency, and local responsiveness, which leads to flexibility and adaptability. Mackenzie works for a non-profit and wants to use an excerpt of a newly released book about organizational design in a seminar she will be leading. Which term best applies to the situation allowing Mackenzie to use this excerpt without special permission or causing infringement? A. Public domain. B. Fair use doctrine. C. Work for hire. D. Seminar rule. The answer is B. The most likely reason that Mackenzie is able to use this work without obtaining any special permission is the fair use doctrine. The Copyright Act of 1976 lists 4 factors that, when met, allow for the use of a copyrighted work without infringement. The 4 factors are the purpose and character of the use. Is it used for a profit or non-profit educational purpose? The nature of the work. Is it fiction? How much creativity was required in its creation? The amount of work, how many copies will be used, and how much of the work will be used? And the effect. What effect will using the material have on the potential market value of the copyrighted work? What works are in the public domain? The term public domain refers to creative materials that are not protected by intellectual property laws, such as copyright, trademark, or patent laws. The public owns these works, not an individual author or artist. As of 2020, Copyright has expired for all works published in the United States before 1925. For works published after 1977, if the work was written by a single author, the copyright will not expire until 70 years after the author's death. If, upon viewing a work, you see words such as, "This work is dedicated to the public domain," then it is free for you to use. In the US, any work created by a federal government employee or officer is in the public domain. Keep in mind that this rule applies only to works created by federal employees, and not to works created by state or local government employees.